Hey everyone, in this video we'll cover price lists, um, what they are, how to use them, and so on. Okay, so let's go to the settings here, price list tab right here. Okay, so when the software is first created, when you get your account, there are three price lists that are automatically created for you, and they are system generated. And they're two types. Okay, so one is buy, means that this price list will be used on purchase orders, and sale, which will be used on sales orders. So buy is the price list that will be used for basically your vendors, okay, which can be associated with vendors, and then sale, which will be associated with your customers, okay. And then in buy and sale type, there is a buy default and there's sales default, okay. So what that means is when I'm creating a customer, okay, and I do not associate a price list to them, they will automatically get the sale default, which in this case is retail. Okay, if when I'm creating a vendor, and I do not associate a price list, then they will get this purchase price list as default. Okay. Another thing to note is price list and currency are associated with each other. Okay, so when I select a price list, the currency is also associated with it. Okay, so if I want to create another tier, if I want to create multi-currencies or multiple currencies, I come over here to the currency tab, then I create another currency, okay? And then I can come down here to the price list and then create, let's say, a retail price. Let's say you are a furniture store that sells in Canada, okay? First step would be you creating a currency, Canadian dollar, right? You set up the conversion rate. Okay, your system default currency, again, that's something you set when you create the account, and you cannot change that after creating the account, which is set up to as US dollar. And then your Canadian currency set up here with the conversion rate. Okay, and then if we go to the price list here, if you want to create a retail price list or a price list specifically for the Canadian price, you would have to associate it with the currency. Okay, sell, and then it could be Canadian wholesale, for example. Okay, so price list and currency are tied together. Okay, you can't take a price list and then just you can't toggle the currency. It's whatever the price list will come with that currency no matter what. Okay, so essentially you need to create another price list with that new currency associated with it. Okay, all right, so for this demo purposes, we're going to keep it very simple. Okay, we're going to keep it very simple. We're just going to use one currency. All right, so again, if you need to create another tier of pricing here, so you have retail, you have wholesale. Let's say you have a third tier of which is maybe wholesale on top of that. Let's say it's wholesale plus another 10% off. So you could type in wholesale extra 10%, right? Or wholesale, or you can call it wholesale, let's say tier 2, which is extra 10% off wholesale. Okay, you add that here, sale, currency USD, status is active, and then you save it. So this is how you create price lists. All right, so now how do we associate price lists to a specific customer, and then in this case, a supplier? So let's look at supplier side first. So here is a furniture supplier. As you can see here, if you go to the details, it's already associated with the purchase price list. So if there are multiple price lists, right, maybe you buy, maybe you have US suppliers, but then you also have, let's say, suppliers from overseas that use their own currency, right? You purchase in their currency. Essentially, then you can set up different tiers of purchase price list, and then for that specific vendor, you associate that price list. Okay. All right. So you would come into the vendor, go to the details tab, and then you can associate a different price list. All right. Let's look at on the sales side. So if I have a customer, a furniture shop here, I can go to the details. It's associated with retail, but I can go in and change it to wholesale or wholesale tier 2. Okay, and then save it. All right, so when I go in and create a sales order, what's going to happen is it will load wholesale tier 2 pricing. Okay. And then how do you set up the specific pricing, the actual price per product based on the tier? So now that you've added wholesale tier 2 for pricing, so if I pull up the product that I have one product table. So if I click on that, you go to unit of measure pricing. So here you'll see that purchase price is $250, retail is $9.99, wholesale is $7.99. So let's say wholesale tier 2 is $6.99. So I would set that up here. So any product, so any customer essentially with the wholesale tier 2 associated with it. So if I select wholesale tier 2 for that customer, it's going to load the $6.99 pricing. So let's show you an example here. Click new sales. All right, so wholesale tier 2, right? So we'll type in table. Okay, so you'll see that $6.99 is automatically populated. All right, if I change it to wholesale, $7.99. And again, if I change it to retail, $9.99. Okay, let's look at it on the purchase side. So if I click new purchase, furniture supplier, right? Again, you'll see that the price list is automatically pulled up. Here I type in a table. All right, as you can see here, the unit price is $250, which is the pricing associated with the product. Okay, so that's how you associate. So that's how you create pricing and price list, associate price lists to customers and suppliers, and then also at the product level, setting up what all these different tiers of pricing would be. All right. So if you guys have any questions, please use the chat option or check out our help articles, or just email us at support@brahmin-solutions.com. Thank you.